welcome. We're doing Schtick live. What's going on? Do some snaps, some claps, get the energy up. Thanks for tuning in today. Awesome. So my name's Seth Payne. I'm gonna be your host and your comedian Gandalf for the night in a lot of sense. We're gonna be telling some jokes. We've got some awesome comedians. Some people that have never performed on Schtick, a couple of returning customers, if you will. Everybody here is awesome and rocks, and I'm so excited. We even got some newbies trying out comedy for the first time tonight, so it's a little bit of everything, guys. It's gonna be so much fun. So we just ask that if you see somebody that you like or you're digging, feel free to unmute yourself so you can give them some laughs. If you have a bunch of like background noise and stuff like that, I might mute you just so that it's not distracting. But besides that, we're gonna have a fun time tonight. Sweet. All right. So 2020. We are more than halfway through. It's September, almost October. Quarantine's been tough for a lot of us, but it's been especially hard for myself because my kink is actually masks. So, okay, all right, we're starting the show. Thank you. Yeah. So I went on Instagram the other day, and I noticed that Southwest is offering if you refer a friend to fly either with you or just sign up and for flights this year, you get double points, which it sounds like if you did that, it would be more so in your interest to refer an enemy. Am I right? They're gonna fly, maybe die. You get to go to Key West next year. Everybody wins. Right? Okay. So I feel like COVID truly has been a pretty bad disaster for America. A lot of other countries have dealt with it better, to the point where I'm like, you know what? I think I might have to move. This year. And there's one country that actually had 0 cases of COVID. Did you hear about this? Did you see this? Moving to Antarctica, you guys. I know there was only 20 people there, but I mean, it's pretty impressive. And everybody wore masks the whole time. If you don't wear a mask there, your face will freeze. So, it's kind of a 2-for-1 special, but I'll be doing Schtick from Antarctica soon, essentially. Finally got around to watching Hamilton. Any Hamilton fans here?
Yes.
Was pretty good. I think SpongeBob the Musical beat it, though. I don't know. They have Bubbles. What can I say? You can't beat Bubbles. I did actually see SpongeBob the Musical in New York City. I recommend it. It's pretty good. Sports are back. Hey, I'm sure we got a lot of sports lovers in here. Especially golf. They got pretty intense with golf promos this season. They were like, it's like intense music, like cinematic 300 Spartan music. And they're like, this Saturday, Dustin Johnson takes on Justin Thomas in the PGA face-off of a lifetime. And then it cuts to like the actual footage, and it's just. So, it's like, it doesn't really match up. It's weird. I saw a Mazda commercial. I've been watching a lot of TV. I haven't left the house. I saw a Mazda commercial where they said they were advertising it, and their tagline was, "You'll feel like a kid again." Oh. And that really hit me because it took me back to when I was 7 years old, and I was just racing around mountainsides, my wife and dog, hammered drunk, and just I guess what I'm saying is I'm gonna buy a Mazda. Takes me right back, golden years. Has your mom ever pulled one of these on you, where she says, "Hey, I made your favorite, goulash," which is bullshit. Goulash is nobody's favorite. I defy somebody that says it's like, you know what would be my favorite, Mom? is if you stayed with dad. That probably would have been a little better. Let's look for meat and noodles. I don't know. My stepmom, though, on the other hand, does make another dish that I think is a little bit more offensive, and it's sour cream and cucumbers.
Oh.
This is the dish. This is the whitest dish known to man, I'm pretty sure. It's it might as well be called the Tanner Special, and it's sponsored by Anderson Cooper, believe it or not.
Yes.
It tastes boring, flavorless, sour, and it will call the police if your music is too loud. So it's something. So I started listening to WAP a lot this past month. Anybody else?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good track. It's pretty good. I think my favorite line in the whole thing is macaroni in the pot, just because it's who doesn't love macaroni and cheese, and that's a good visual and a good audio sound if you think about it. I'm surprised that there hasn't been like a male version yet to completely try and ruin it. I thought about it. I was thinking wet ass penis. Guys can squirt too.
So
Okay.
Oh, no, they're not even on right now.
Yeah. So I did have one problem though with the music video. Music video is fantastic. I think we can all agree. And there's one problem. I don't really understand why Kylie Jenner is in that music video. Does anyone know why? It felt a little out of place. She's just walking. She's not really adding much to it. It's almost like if Steve Urkel was in Tiger King. Like something's not right here. You know, he'd be like, "Did I do that?" And it's like there's a person's hand missing, Steve. Okay, I'm never gonna financially recover from this. And I don't know. Maybe like Stefan will end up with Harold Baskin on the show. I don't know. Maybe this is a spin-off material, so we'll work on it. We'll work. All right. Those are all my new bits. Thank you very much. Now the show's really starting. And we've got plenty of comics here. First up, oh man, she's killer. You've seen her in the park recently, maybe. Park shows. But you've seen her all over Chicago. She's hilarious. She rocks. Please give it up for, let me get the music queued up to get this really pumped. Give it up for Dirks. Give it up for Dirks, everybody.
Hey, Rob, thank you. Oh no, I just see myself. Okay. I hope everyone's ready to drink.
Oh no. Oh. This is a really good bit. Oh no.
What?
You got to restart. We lost you for a sec.
Start all the way over. Tell me when. Wait, am I going?
Yeah.
You're
good.
good.
Am I starting over?
Yes. Give it up for Dirks.
Woo! If you like drinking like a wild person on a Tuesday, you should take a drink every time I say the word furlough. I recently got furloughed from my job, so I was thinking there's got to be something else I can do to not get paid. So here I am. I don't know if you ever had to deal with the unemployment office. I don't know if you ever had to deal with the unemployment office, but when I first got furloughed, I swear I called like 100 times to figure out where my unemployment money was. But my mom is notoriously known for not answering her phone. My mom's really sweet and she really does want to help me, but I told her the only way she could help me was to give me all her money. And I claim that it's partially my money, and I think you'll understand why in 4 minutes or whatever I've left. So how cool was it when your parents would call you out sick for school, even though they knew you were faking it? Was that cool? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure because my mom ran an in-home daycare. So when I got called out sick for school, it was usually because my mom was sick, and then we were in charge of watching the kids. So for us, it was sort of just like a meta version of child labor. My mom actually had good intentions. With her original business plan, it was to be able to stay home with us and also make an income. But like any good pyramid scheme, it always starts out as a way to be a stay-at-home mom and then just ends up torturing like everyone you know. It was me and my siblings. We had to share everything, our food, our little Debbies, math blasters, Kool-Aid, and like stretch pants. We had to share all of our things. After I found out I was furloughed, I immediately started eating food out of a donation box that I was supposed to donate, but I never took in. And that might be maybe the lowest thing I've ever done in my life, but I blame this response to like food scarcity on like growing up in a daycare. Just always trying to like make sure there's food left for you. Have you ever had a nightmare that you were pregnant and then you woke up and you were like relieved because it was just a dream, but then you rolled over and saw a 1-year-old like chubby redhead peering up over his playpen looking at you? I mean, what a nightmare, a redhead. Anyway, that was nap time at my mom's daycare. Anyways, as you can see, I feel like my mom owes me money for just work and trauma. Let's see. Hey, Seth, can you tell me my time? I'm sorry, I have no idea where I'm at, but
you got about a minute and a half left.
Okay, so let's see. Since my furlough, I've been looking for money on Tinder. I know these guys have money because they have job titles like entrepreneur, and they have hobbies like spontaneous trips. With my extra furlough time, I decided I'd follow a life coach. I don't probably need one, but the guy I found has a company called Wolf Warrior Coaching. So
what?
Yeah, I'm guessing he named it after his favorite Axe body spray. But I chose this guy because he has a lot of selfies laying in bed. And nothing motivates me more than a life coach who just is in bed. Staying in bed is an attainable goal for me, so I'm doing pretty good. Now when I lay in my bed, I have lots of incomplete thoughts, but I still feel successful about it. So if it's okay with you, I just wanted to tell you some of these thoughts. As we move into the fall season, what if we all reminded our friends that cologne is not to be worn like sweaters? Sweaters are. I heard a woman on HGTV's House Hunters say that she's hoping to use her terrace to grow salad. And suddenly, I feel like I haven't been dreaming as big as I could be. Why had I not thought to grow full meals on my terrace? Just because you work at a tattoo shop doesn't mean you need 300 tattoos. I worked at a daycare and I have 0 kids. Do people in nudist colonies just only wear masks? Here's just a short, sorry, I'm hurrying. Here's a short list of something I just call very good ideas. Here's 2 new names for the Tinder app. One is atheists holding cats. One is entrepreneurs in cars taking selfies. And then I have 2 quick ideas for TikTok challenges. I'm not really on TikTok, but I think challenges are fun. So here's one I call the Hansel and Gretel. And that's where you eat candy off your wall and then you stick your boobs in the oven to get them a little warm. And then my second one is the Little Mermaid Challenge. This is where you tie your feet together, have your friend punch you in the throat as you fall into the deep end of a pool filled with forks and other household treasures. And if I have 10 seconds, I'm going to end on my last idea for you guys. So it's an idea for the game Guess Who, except for you replace all the photos with members of your family, and then you include your in-laws, take it home for the holidays, and then you do questions like, does your person look like they're stingy with their money? Does your person look like they regret having children? And I think that's going to set you all up for a great new year. So yeah.
Be going for church, everybody.
Violence is the fruit of an unreached understanding. The foulest in the looks of scoundrels. It is a form so dense.
Oh yeah, always good to see Dirks. And it was a lot of new stuff. I enjoyed all of that. We have I do this every show where we ask with the live show online here on Zoom, where if you have some extra money, I know not everybody does. Some of us are furloughed. Cheers. If you have any extra money, and like you would if you were at a show and you were just buying a round of beers, some IPAs, some lagers, a soda, vodka soda, whatever, that money that you would normally spend at like a comedy show on drinks or food or whatever, if you could just donate that, whatever that amount is to you, have at it, to Schtick Comedy at gmail.com on PayPal. I'll write it in the chat. That money goes to donations. So whatever you guys donate, I usually tend to match. And then the past couple months, we've given it to Black Lives Matter. We helped out with COVID at first, before the tax breaks and all that. Or not tax breaks, whatever. But all that craziness. And for this month, thank you, Em, for suggesting this. But the money that is raised for this show, we're going to donate to the Louisville Bailout Fund.
Yes.
Who's out there on the front lines doing due diligence. We're going to give towards that. So whatever you guys have, feel free to donate at any point tonight or, tomorrow, whatever. That is open, and we'll see how much is in there at the end of the show. And then I'll match it, and then we'll all feel good because we raised some money and told some jokes. Everybody wins. It's a win-win. All right, I'm done talking. We're gonna get to our next presenter. Our next comedian, who's gonna present some comedy. Please give me some snaps and claps and woos for Sam Hammer, everybody.
The best festival for us today. Just before you were told you didn't meet the standards of integrity.
Oh.
This is a turtleneck.
Oh.
And these are not prescription. Thank you all for being here.
Manny looks like Zachary.
Centaur. That's good. Said the Lord.
Oh no.
Into music.
By circumstance.
Circumstance.
Thank you.
Give it up for Sam Hammer, everybody. Oh man, that was great. I hope you washed your hands before that set, Sam.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I should have.
Oh man, that was great. Awesome. We're gonna keep the energy going. I loved every minute of that. Keep the energy going for our next presenter. Oh my God, why do I keep saying presenter? Our next comedy legend coming to the stage right now. You've seen her all over Comedy Central Presents and at the Improv, everywhere. Give it up for Abby Erdmann, everyone.
Whenever you call me a presenter, I feel like I should have shown up in a gown. Hi, I'm Abby. It's really great to be here, and by here I actually mean alive. In 2020. It's been a rough year, but more than anything, 2020 has really taught me that the value in planning ahead. I already know what I want for Christmas this year, and it's actually for people to stop fucking asking if it can get worse. we already know the answer. Yes, it can get worse. I really think the rule of thumb should be if you have enough time in the middle of a crisis to stop and ponder. It's like, we haven't hit rock bottom yet. You're doing fine. It can get worse. Like, when the Titanic was sinking, the passengers didn't stop and ask dumb questions. They took action, they did something. They handcuffed people to pipes, and they locked the lower class in storage, and they pushed their lover off a floating door to survive. And here's the thing, that we don't need to do any of that to get through 2020. All we need to fucking do is vote. That's it, guys. Yes. Woo! The pandemic, it sucks. We can all agree on that. But I'm an optimist. I like to try and find the silver linings. And there have been a lot of silver linings for me. I moved back in with my parents. Moved back to my state of denial. Life is really good. It's been so great being home again. I really think that being with my parents has shown me how much I still have to learn from them. There's so much adult expertise they have. Apparently, did you know there is precisely one correct way to load a dishwasher? Because according to my mom, you can actually tell someone's political affiliation by how they load a dishwasher. And apparently, because I reject all forms of hierarchy, when it comes to placing a spoon in its rightful position, I'm a dirty anarchist. And honestly, I don't understand why people get so elitist about dishware. Like, when it comes to spoons, I'm like a horny teenage boy. I'll stick it anywhere it fits. Yeah. My parents and I, we have our disagreements, whether it be the dishwasher or my life choices, but we never really fight. It's because we're Minnesotans, and Minnesotans really love being passive aggressive. Like, conservative women love being hypocritical. It's like, we tell ourselves we're not, but everybody knows we are. And I think the hardest part about living at home isn't the dishwasher, politics, or my parents, who I really do love, I swear. They may not be tuned in right now. But it's actually that when I left here, I was a kid. This was 8 years ago. I looked like a kid. I acted like a kid. And but since then, in that 8 years since, I've crossed this invisible line into adulthood. And now into the neighborhood, I present more as a local stay-at-home mom. Which is fine. I have no problems with moms of any kind. But it's just that my priorities are still, they lie more in convincing my 8-year-old neighbor that I'm still relevant, which is surprisingly hard. Me joining TikTok did not do it for her. But I actually, at the end of the day, I don't know what should concern me more, the fact that I look like a mom, or the fact that moms look like me. Because the problem is, I'm not even gonna look like me when I'm a mom. I'm gonna look like Beetlejuice. My kids are gonna scream my name 3 times before I pop out of nowhere being like, rah! Yeah, I feel bad for them. But to their credit, the neighborhood moms, they've actually been really welcoming and really nice, and really trying to go out of their way to make me feel welcome. Actually, just the other day, one of them came up to me and was like, "Oh, hey, you should come over and join our tennis group. It's a really great way to shed those last few pounds of baby weight, eh?" And I'm just like, no, thanks, Jessica. That's fine. And then this weekend, another mom was like, "Oh, hey, the moms and I are gonna go to the park and watch our little guys play for a bit. Do you and yours want to join?" And I'm like, "No, thank you, Ashley. If I wanted to watch a bunch of white boys chase each other around, I'd go see an improv show." Yeah,
Love it.
I haven't gotten an invite after that, but it's okay. You know, I've got all my friends right here in front of me, and it's been really lovely spending this time with you tonight. That's all I have for you. I'll talk to y'all later. Get on with the show.
Love you, everybody. Oh man, you guys, I gotta come clean. That was Abby's first time ever performing stand-up. She's never been on Comedy Central. You guys did that on LinkedIn. Thing was, she was so good you didn't even know the difference. So look at that. Star in the making. Thanks for being on for the first time on Schtick here and trying it out. Okay, you guys ready for your next comedian? There we go. All right. We're professionals here. I've done this a couple of times. Coming up next, it's he's all business and no play, except for maybe now? I don't know. Give it up for Sam Otter.
Okay. All right. Yes, I'm coming up. Awesome. Excited to be on the big screen. Hey, everyone. I'm Sam Otter. Welcome to the top 10 guys of all time ever talk show. I'm going to be your host today. So let's get started on our top 10 guys of all time. Number 10, we're coming in with Mr. Bruno Mars. Now, Bruno Mars, he's a great guy. But then you look at him, he comes out on stage, and he's so tiny. Fellas, this guy can do it all. He can sing, he can dance, and he's 5'5". Pretty impressive if you ask me. And he brings cool Hawaiian breezes into my cold desert heart. Okay, now we're going on to our next one. Number 9, my girlfriend's dog, Franklin. Now, Franklin's ugly as hell. He's dumb as shit. But when he sits on my lap, I feel like a little prince. All right. Coming in with number 8, we got Mr. Grover Cleveland, former 2-time president. I mean, we let a man with the name of a Muppet become president? Fine. We let him do it twice? That's on us. It's our fault the country's failing. We deserve this, right? My man's an absolute champ for that. And I'm scrolling through my phone where I wrote everything. This is a very tech-heavy set. All right. Number 7 is we got these guys who wore really long t-shirts with really skinny jeans. Now, this is an absolutely psychotic look that was real popular around 2013 to 2015. But what I will say is the confidence that those men needed to pull off this look and go out of the house still fucking is pretty incredible. If I put on a bathrobe, I wouldn't feel good about me, nor would I be horny. So it's pretty cool that those guys are able to do that and have the ability to see past themselves. So, okay. Number 6 is this photo of a strong dad I found on the internet. This one really needs to be shown. Normally, I'm extremely against buff fathers. I think if you're buff, you're spending too much time at the gym and not enough time with your children. Because I'm going to be honest, if I was emotionally vulnerable and hurt, the last person I'm going to go cry to is someone with a six-pack, you know? Because I know I'm not going to be able to handle it, and that can't be my father. My father, 5'7" and regular. But, and if you're wondering why I agree with his father, though, his kids are right there on his back. So I know it's time for his kids, both in the gym and outside of the gym. And for that, he's coming in at number 6. Now, number 7 is former MLB pitcher Randy Johnson from the Arizona Diamondbacks, exclusively for the fact that he one time threw a pitch in midair, it hit a bird, and the bird exploded.
Oh my God.
It's the best sports moment of all time. You can look it up. There's just an explosion of feathers, and he goes, uh-oh. Now, number 4 is the bird Randy Johnson hit with that. Now, I get it. Randy Johnson, he didn't mean to. But my absolute dream is that when I die, it sucks for other people and becomes an inconvenience. And what other way to become an inconvenience than to be killed on national television? No one's going to forget that. And that's why this bird is bringing in number 5. 4. 5. Number 3. Now, this isn't the correct baby. This is just a baby. Number 3 is a baby named Ricky, who my girlfriend lives next door to. The baby has parents who own the apartment. Now, this baby, Ricky, I used to think sucked ass because Ricky is so ugly and just, I can tell is not going to have a good personality. But Ricky sucks. I hate him. But the other day, I noticed Ricky was getting a little bit chunky. And that's kind of fun for a baby. I like a chunky baby. And so the fact that he's even on this list is incredible in itself. Because I went from 2 weeks ago hating this motherfucker with every bone in my body to now he's at number 3. Now, Ricky, you should be shocked because you're on the list. Number 2 is a bit of a twofer. It's God and the devil. So, you know, the reason I made it a twofer is because neither of these guys can shine without the other. You know, this God guy, pretty cool of him. He can turn water into wine, which in a desert scenario seems like a bad idea. But I'm not going to stop him because if I try and make fun of him, my kid could be born weird. So, going along with him is the devil. Man, oh man. I love seeing red when on a person. And the devil's known for that, and also his horns, which are awesome to see. And coming in at number 1, this is a photo of Dubai. Why a photo of Dubai? Why Dubai? I thought of that now. Well, the reason of Dubai is because in college, a kid that lived next door to me was from Dubai. I helped him one time with his English homework, and then we didn't speak it. He moved back to Dubai, and we didn't talk for 3 years. Fast forward to 3 years, I received a Snapchat of him jerking his dick off. Listen, I get it. Normally, unsolicited dick videos, you're not making the list, right? If Ricky did that, he's off. But the thing about this guy...
Oh,
Oh, no. What's wrong with this guy?
What happened to the...
What's the thing with the guy?
What's the guy?
The guy.
We'll never know. What's the thing with the guy?
What's the thing with the guy?
Oh, okay, we're back. Am I back?
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Did we get to the part that he sent me a video of his penis?
Yeah.
Lost you.
Cool. So the thing with that, normally I don't like that. However, what I will say is this man sent me a video of his penis from Dubai where every act of homosexuality is illegal, meaning that this man committed a felony to show me his penis. And to be honest with you, that felt pretty good. I don't know who you've been hooking up with, but I doubt any of them have ever risked life in jail. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. All right, that's the top 10 list of guys of all time. Thanks for having me, and back to you, Tom.
Stand Otter, everyone.
Sam.
Oh man, that was highly professional. Thank you, Sam Otter. Now I know the top 10 dudes of all time. Good to know. We are chugging and lugging along in this amazing comedy show. Everybody's so funny. We're having so much fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Could have been anywhere on this Tuesday night, but you're at home. I think actually we're all at home, but you're doing this at home. Wow. Go you. Thank you. And also, if you want to be extra awesome and donate any extra funds that you may have to our Schtick comedy at gmail.com, PayPal. We're going to send all those funds that we get tonight over to the Louisville Bailout Fund. We've got people that donated already. Thank you so much. You guys rock. So yeah, feel free to do that throughout the show. We are going to our next professional. She hosts a hilarious show in the park. Are you still hosting the show in the park? Or not?
Yeah,
anymore?
we're hosting a show this next week, weather permitting.
Sweet. You are a revolutionary in the year of 2020 in terms of comedy, bringing it back. And she's also just a hilarious, amazing person. So please give it up for Aubree Thelen.
Woo! Wow, thank you for calling me a revolutionary. That's like the nicest compliment I've controversy of this whole quarantine. So let's get down to this quarantine content, right? That's what you came for, right? So I've been learning a lot about myself, obviously, when you're alone with yourself, like 24/7. I live alone. You might see my dog jump up in the background. She's my roommate. But like something that I've learned recently is like I'm like a fit enough woman, you know, like I'm not Dwayne The Rock Johnson or anything, but I did play him for Halloween last year. Follow me on Instagram at Aubree Rosette to see that content. However, I recently learned, and I am concerned about this. I learned that I am a runner. Against my will. I mean, let me tell you why this is confusing. I grew up in the Midwest. I was every chubby prepubescent girl in middle school gym class, running that mile and basically throwing up just to please her gym teacher, because that's what you do in the Midwest. I mistakenly joined the soccer team in high school, and beyond those 2 miles that they made us run at the beginning of practice, I was the goalie, of course. And honestly, like you could have put a cardboard cutout of like Seth Rogen during the Pineapple Express era in the goal, and that would have been like equivalent to me being a goalie on my high school soccer team. Like, may have been blown over by some wind, stopped a few goals, me, same record. So that's where I was with running growing up. And then I turned about 20, realized I had anxiety, and I was like, okay, well, I guess got to find some coping mechanism. So I'd run from time to time. And honestly, that just continued for a while until COVID hit. And I think we all can know a little bit of what anxiety feels like, which at first is just maybe like that whisper in the back of your mind going, something.
Yeah.
So my anxiety during COVID, as it hit and like escalated, became, instead of just that whisper in the back of my head, you know, like to give you a visual, like, you know, those monkeys with the cymbals, like blow that up to like the size of a rhinoceros in my head. And instead of like the clanging noise of the cymbals, it was saying, something is fucking wrong. Something is fucking wrong. Something. So it was a dream come true. And with all that anxiety, I started running a lot more. And honestly, COVID turned me into like a Stockholm syndrome version of a runner, because literally a couple weeks ago, I ran for fun, like for social reasons. I met up with a friend and ran 4 miles while talking.
Dang, okay.
And I am so concerned about myself, but you know, I decided to accept this. I decided to just incorporate it into my identity. So I decided to give you all a little bit more of who I am now, give you some ideas of how to contact me, etc. Now that I am fully accepting that I am a runner. So I would just like to let you know, from now on, I will be working my latest PR into any conversation that we have, and you will not ask about it. You won't ask, but I will tell you, so don't you worry. As well as where my latest race was, okay? So don't worry, it'll come up. Other than that, you know, I did tell you to follow me on Instagram, but I'm quitting all social media except for Strava, because that is where it's at. That's the important stuff that you need to know about me, okay? That's where you'll find me. Don't look elsewhere. Sorry. I know I plugged my Instagram. Still follow me on Aubree Rosette. But lastly, since you can see my back door right here, beautiful, I have already ordered an over-the-door hook set, and I will be putting every single one of my running medals on the back of that door, because you know what? When you come over and touch that doorknob, you bet it's gonna make a whole big noise, and then I'm gonna talk about it. So I'm really glad that I got to share with you and go through this acceptance journey into who I am now as a runner. You'll catch me now solely on the Lakefront Trail. Don't look for me elsewhere, like I said. Follow me on Strava. You can find me real time where I'm going. But otherwise, yeah. Sorry, I'm quitting comedy now, so this is my last set. Thank you, guys.
Woo! Keep it going for Aubree, everyone.
Woo!
If it stops, if it stops,
Oh man, yeah, dude, people with medals, it's like,
Oh,
what?
gross.
Yeah, I did complete 3.1 miles twice. So no, yeah, I actually run 8 miles every other day, but then I offset it by
Gross.
eating and drinking a lot. So there's no improvement. It's just dad bod all day every day. Living the dream. What can I say? But that's awesome, Aubree. You found your calling. Oh yeah. Thank you for saying gross when I showed my medals. Okay. It's all right. We're moving right along. Comedians don't have feelings, so feel free to hurt them. We are going to our next ironclad of performers. I've seen him do some wild stuff on stage, and tonight is no exception. So give it up for the one, the only, Chris Jowett, everybody.
Woo!
Hello, I've got something important to say. It's time for revolution. Stand up and form a crowd. Write in the $ after the number. It's less confusing to think and say out loud. Time for the $ to get in the back of the line. Time to join all other world currencies and thrive. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. Time to read $5 instead of $5. When I say 50, you say cents. 50 cents. Cents comes at the end. $20, so write it out that way. This is the only problem we must fight to upend. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. Food menus and IOUs and stock shares alike. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. Tell that fucking $, it can take a hike. All non-white lives are under constant threat from the government. The COVID curve we flattened is expanding and about to burst. But I'm talking about the $, that's the issue that needs fixing first. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. It doesn't look down your eyes, just haven't adjusted. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. The $, in front looks straight up, totally friggin' busted. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. Nothing else matters, this is all we want right now. Time for the $, to get in the back of the line. Time for that $, to take its final bow. Thank you.
Keep it going for Chris, everybody. Oh yeah. You guys didn't know you're gonna get a top grade musical performer coming at you tonight, did you? What can I say? All right, we are moving and grooving. Everybody having a good time? Are you still alive out there? Yes, dude. Also, love the harmonica. That was Bob Dylan-esque times 1,000. Corinda, are you here by any chance? Don't believe so. We don't have Corinda. Unfortunately, we don't have Corinda, but we'll bring her back on a future show. I'm sure she got caught up, partying in her bathtub or something crazy like that. COVID time things. Okay, that's all right. We're going to move to an equally awesome, hilarious individual. You've seen him perform at Annoyance, Shuba's, all over the Chicago area. He's my friend, your friend. Please give it up for Bud Day.
Wow. Yeah, I was digging that soundtrack. That's cool. Yeah, thank you, Seth. That's cool. I was most honored that you said we were friends. I loved that. I've missed a lot of you. I haven't done comedy in about 6 months. And I'm going to be honest. I know the world's not going so well, but I'm really happy. I don't know. I went and lived in the woods for a while, and that was pretty cool. I didn't have to deal with people. I just did a lot of reading. I have never been in better shape in my entire life. And so I know, everybody's unhappy, but, I'm feeling pretty good. So, sorry, guys. I'm sorry that's happening to you. I don't know. I've also been drinking a lot. That's cool. The other night, my cat woke me up at 2:30 a.m. and I got drunk, and now we're at 3:30 a.m. and then I ran 20 miles. I know you guys were talking about your running mileage, but yeah, I ran 20 miles while I was drunk the other night, and I saw a shooting star and no people. It was great. I loved it, but I didn't make a wish on the shooting star because wishing is for fools. Make your own dreams come true, idiots. My roommate is concerned about me. Lieutenant in the Army, and he counsels veterans for a living, a lot of PTSD, a lot of schizophrenia, and he's concerned about me. I don't know why. I had a dream about my ex the other night. Here we go. I had a dream about my ex, and in the dream, she approached me, and she was like, I want you to come over to my house and smoke weed and play chess with me. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm training to become a Navy SEAL, and I don't have time to smoke weed. I don't know if there are any psychologists on this Zoom call, but maybe you can help me with that. Try to figure that one out. I'm on the Hinge. That's the dating app where you try to date. You're not just looking for a hookup. You're trying to permanently fall in love with somebody. It's not going very well. Not going very well on the Hinge because I keep leaving dumb messages. There's if you guys don't have a Hinge, the way it works is you get 6 pictures, so it's a standard dating profile, and then you get 3 prompts with responses, so you get to use a little word creativity. And there's a lot of girls on Hinge who say ooh, I like anime or something like that, and I'll always leave a comment that's oh, I don't really watch anime. I'm too busy training to be the next Hokage. And I think that's hilarious, but I haven't gotten one match from that. But I'm going to keep saying it. That's fucking hilarious. I'm not going to stop saying that. I mentioned I'm happy. I think a big part of that is because I've stayed off social media. I haven't been on, and it's I think it's been 2 weeks at this point, and I'm not compelled to go back on. There's just too much negativity out. We've gotten to the point where we hate J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is in trouble. I don't know. I found it pretty easy to forgive her. I've got a lot of friends in the LGBTQIA plus community who have said, how can you possibly forgive J.K. Rowling? And I'm like, it's really easy. It was way easier than forgiving Mel Gibson, which I've already done. I mean, have you seen Braveheart and Apocalypto? I love those. How am I doing on time, Seth?
You're doing good. You got a minute left, my dude.
I got a minute left? That was all I had written. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Big go for Bud Day, everybody.
And now that I've become older, I've learned how to brush over my...
Nice. Dude, we're glad that you're out of the woods and back somewhat with society, my dude. I think that's hysterical that you have found happiness during COVID, because I remember seeing a lot of your past sets where you were very upset with people at Illuminati's and the other places that you had to work. So, hey man, that's a silver lining on the COVID times. And yeah, you gotta find somebody who likes your jokes. So keep at it, man. Like you said with the shooting star, make your own destiny, your own whatever. I forgot what he said. Because I'm an okay host. All right, we have one last performer, and she's gonna blow your mind, you guys. She's been on previous Schticks. She still lives in DC, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, still in DC, which is awesome. And she's had some dating app snafus too, to say the least. Maybe we'll hear about them tonight. Who knows? I don't know. It's anybody's game. But please, let's bring it on home with our last performer tonight, M. Fiske.
Woo! Yeah. Thanks for that stirring introduction, Seth. I have had a few snafus with dating. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get into that. I had some other stuff planned, but let's talk about it. Here's a question: what's a safe way to get dick during a pandemic? Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, I know. I saw a few people go like this. I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out. I parted ways with a guy I was dating back in February, and I didn't know that I only had a week left to find a backup dick. So I've had to go on dating apps, and it's going badly. Not to shock you at all. But the thing I hate about dating apps the most is that they make me do self-reflection. It's like, what is my favorite color? Where do I want to travel? But the thing I hate the most is I always thought I was an approachable person who's friendly, but the thing I've learned is I'm a cagey little bitch. And I've learned that from dating apps. Like guys can say anything to me and I'll read the fuck into it. They'll be like, hey, how's your week going? And all I hear them say is hey girl, I'm gonna do the bare minimum on this conversation, okay? Or they could be like, where are you from originally? And I hear them be like, I'm gonna judge you. But I'll let you tell me what assumptions to make. Or even if a guy says something like innocent, like you have a nice smile, which is, I have a crazy smile, so I know they're lying. They say I have a nice smile. All I hear them say is, smile, baby. Baby, smile for me. Or maybe that's in my head. I don't know. It's hard to tell without the vocal context on a dating app. I don't know. I'm trying to get my shit together. If you can't tell, I'm in therapy. But I was actually pretty proud of myself recently because I thought about my 401k for more than 5 minutes. Yeah. Credit where credit's due. I was fucking a financial planner at the time. Just kind of got me thinking down that track. But it was kind of a very underwhelming experience on my end, so I had some time to think on my hands. It's Have any other women ever had this experience where you're like rocking a dick and it's like, so if I retire at 65, I could do a vacation once a year. Or retire at 70, I could probably do it like twice a year. And then suddenly it's like you're trying to figure out, do you play with his prostate and get it over with, or wait till it's done and ask him what a Roth 401k is? It's like big decisions you have to make in adulthood. And I was telling my friend about this the other day, and she's like, well, why don't you just tell him what you want in bed? Which, all right, okay, first of all, miss self-confidence. Some of us weren't raised to like say what we want. We were raised to be sad inside. But you know, I was thinking about it, and you know, I realized, you know, like maybe I should be giving feedback to guys. So I've actually recently implemented a post-coital performance evaluation system, which men love. I just take him into the living room. Thank you for meeting me here. Appreciate you coming in. We love seeing new faces around here, so it's good to see someone new. Did you want to talk about your recent performance? We love your enthusiasm. A lot of enthusiasm. So enthusiastic, but we are not seeing any results anywhere. And we are starting to think that your prior training was a lie. And what we're saying is that, like, Levi, wait, Levi, before you go, what's a Roth 401k? You know, just, you know, feedback. But I don't know, I think probably most of that's on me, because I have a bad habit of like hanging out with the wrong men. Like I mistake like niceness and kindness all the time. Like, I tend to like, because the thing is, like, when somebody's nice, it comes from the heart. And when somebody's kind, it comes from the heart. And when somebody is nice, they're doing the bare minimum not to be rude. Like, you may as well say like being nice enough. Like, they're nice enough to tell you when you have food in your teeth, or they're nice enough to wait to only invite you over when their girlfriend's out of town, or they're nice enough to go halvesies with you when the bill for your abortion comes. Like, you know, just like nice stuff. But I think that's like better than like guys who just like use being nice as an excuse for their behavior. Like, we all know these guys, they're being like nice because like they're nice because they walk you home, whether you know it or not. Or they're nice because they call you to say goodnight every night from across the street of your apartment. They watch your window, waiting for the light to go out. Or they're like nice because they leave you little notes of encouragement in the margins of your journal after they break into your apartment. But at least they remind you to smile. Anyway, that's my time. Thanks so much for having me.
Go for M, everybody. All right. Wow, we brought it on home. Dude, this was so much fun. Let's do another like snaps, claps if you guys had some fun tonight. Everybody crushed it. This was awesome. I love you guys. We raised $50. Also, just if you want to cut the middleman with us and just go ahead and donate to Louisville Bailout Fund, that's pretty rad too. So go ahead and do that this week. And yeah, so it's a feel-good ending. We raised some money. We had some laughs. I feel like I kind of came from my mom earlier in the night. And she's probably watching. So I will say, me and my mom are cool. We sat down. She's like, listen, you know, I was 19 when I had you. You know, I was a freshman in college. I didn't know what I was doing. Me and your dad hooked up. You were not on purpose. You were an accident. And I was like, you know, Mom, that's I appreciate you telling me that, but you know, this is a really weird 5th birthday gift. Right? Oh, it's kind of true. Okay. Anyway, on that note, I hope you guys are having a stellar end of the summer here in the best way that you can. And we're gonna come back again next month. Maybe online, maybe at Shuba's. It's still in the works. We're trying to do it safely, but we will be back at Shuba's at some point. And when that happens, we're gonna have you guys up there in person, performing for people if you feel comfortable, and it's gonna be rad. It's gonna be so much fun. So yeah, stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram, Schtick Chicago, if I can say it. Schtick Chicago on Facebook. Follow us, do all that stuff. We'll let you know when the shows are. If you saw the show tonight and you're like, hey, I actually wanna try stand-up for the first time, or hey, I do stand-up and I haven't done this show, or you've done the show and you wanna do it again, let me know. Just hit me up, and yeah, we'll get you on here, and it'll be fun. All right, I love you guys. Have a great night. I'm gonna play some more park so you can jam a little bit. Furlough, cheers on the furlough. Hopefully that ends soon. Dirks, and I love you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys.